Okay, Steve, so what is the concept behind Mr. Mofongo?
So Mr. Mofongo is a very big company, hospitality concept, basically with various places. It's all based on the life of a world traveler. So we have two kitchens, which both serve dishes from all over the world, and also the decorations in the building, world maps and souvenirs and currency hidden everywhere in various corners that really show that which you can all take when you're on a world trip. You can also go on a world trip yourself, sort of within the company. You can start your day at the coffee bar called Booze and Beans, where you roast your own coffees and single origins and melanges from all over the world. We have our lunch that you can have in the restaurant, of course, and also dinner with a beautiful terrace. You can go to the wine bar upstairs, which has wines from all over the world, and you can end your night in the cocktail bar. So you can really go on your own little travel within the company.
Okay, so I hear here at Mofongo you guys make your own spirits. Can you tell me a bit more about that process?
Yes, at Mofongo we make our own spirits. We make our own gins, genevers, vodkas. We make our own liqueurs. We have our whiskeys that are aging here at the moment. We have some brandy. We make some sweet vermouth as well. We have our distillation apparatus here. It's a hybrid, so we both have a pot still and a column still. So we can basically make any spirit that we would like to make, as long as we abide by the rules and regulations of the specific spirit, of course. And we also, you can maybe see it here, we have some fermentation tanks as well, so we can also produce our own alcohol if we want. So, yeah.
Okay, now show me this robot work.
Well, we have a beautiful wall of 56 different spirits, and 80% of which we distill ourselves, as I just told. And then we have our robot arm Armando, who can grab a shot for us, which I'll show now. And while he's grabbing the shot, we can prepare all the things for the cocktail, and then we can use these shots to use in our cocktails.
Okay, so how does the cocktail scene look like in Groningen?
The cocktail scene in Groningen is well, still growing, I would say. Groningen is, well, if anything, a student's town. There's a huge amount of students living here, and I would say that the cocktail trends were always a little behind here. So when I moved here 4 years ago, Mr. Mofongo was basically the only cocktail bar that really took it to the next level in that sense. But since about a year, or like a little over a year, there's some new cocktail bars in here as well, like the Stock Room and Bar Sank, that really take it to the next level as well. And well, sometimes we try to hang out with each other with when there's like master classes being hosted. We always try to invite other bartenders in the city. We have a WhatsApp group with all the bartenders in there. It's well, quite active, but the community is still growing, and we really try to create more of that. We're very jealous of how it's going in Amsterdam and Rotterdam, and we'd love to see that here as well. That probably just takes some more time.
Okay, Steve, so what are some of the best sold products here in the cocktail bar?
So one of a really cool cocktail that we have is called the Toncatines. We make it with the cave jenever, and it's basically a really cool twist on the Martinez using tonka beans. And we also used to have, which was one of my favorite drinks that we had used to have, it's called the South of Heaven, made with San Cosme mezcal, and then some violet liqueur and a beautiful foam of rose and lime. So with some really nice floral and smoky notes at the same time, which I really enjoy.
Okay, and what made you become a bartender, and what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't?
Well, I started in hospitality when I was 14 years old, and I was basically mostly working as a waiter up till like I was 20. And then I started a job in a place where they made some cocktails, very simple and easygoing cocktails. That's the place where I made my first mojito, and I really got into it and wanted to learn everything about it. So I went to do some courses and I read a lot of different things. And then at one point, a few years later, I moved to Groningen. So that's about 4 years ago, to study media studies because I really wanted to get into journalism. And I still worked at Mr. Mofongo more as a side gig, but that kind of got out of hand, and I guess the bartending won it from the university, and here we are now.
And which country would you like to go for a hospitality-related trip, and why?
That's a very tough question. Obviously, there's a lot of cool places that I would love to visit for the bartending scene, like Japan or Singapore. Well, loads of places in the United States. But I think at the moment I would definitely choose to go for Mexico. Because there's so many cool spirits that they make over there, all over the country, which I would love to learn about and see with my own eyes. And obviously the sun shining there wouldn't hurt my white skin either at the moment.
Okay, and what is your favourite spirit, and how would you describe it to someone that has no knowledge of spirits or cocktails whatsoever?
Favorite spirit is another tough question. I think there's a time and place for everything. There's so many nice spirits there. I'm a big fan of rum and whiskey in general, but at the moment I'm really keen on agave spirits, and then specifically mezcal. How would I describe it? It's a Mexican spirit made from agave, and it often has like a bit of smokiness to it, and it's very versatile, and so you can use it in very cool ways in cocktails. It's also lovely to just sip on its own.
All right, and can you tell me a drink you like to make using this particular spirit?
Well, at the current menu we have a beautiful cocktail called the Left-Handed Handshake, which is basically a twist on a Negroni with mezcal, and it's a little bit less bitter. And before the lockdown, I used to order it all the time. It's a really nice one, and also the South of Heaven that I mentioned before is something that I really enjoy making as well, because it looks really cool and it's a very nice drink. I think it's very nicely balanced between floral and smoky, and some might say that's the two flavors that I enjoy the most.
And when was the first time you came into contact with Bart's Bottles?
Well, probably when I started working here in Mr. Mofongo, so that's almost 4 years ago. And well, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Mofongo's cocktail bar has been working with Bart's Bottles since they opened up in 2013.
And how do you think the spirit of mezcal could see an impulse in the markets, both for commercial use and for consumers?
Well, I think the thing that people have the most with mezcal is that they associate it a lot with tequila. Tequila obviously has a little bit of a bad rap, thanks to shot culture, and specifically people shotting the more the not so good brands of thing. So a lot of people will get like flashbacks of bad choices and even worse nights if they hear the word of tequila or mezcal. And I think if you would raise awareness of the product and like educate people a little bit about that you also have really good quality tequilas and mezcals are really nice to just nip and not to shot 20 in a row up. That would probably work a lot, and people will drink more of it, I'd say.
Okay, and which bars in the Netherlands do you really like and would like to go to, and why?
Well, I really love the Amsterdam and Rotterdam bar scenes. They have some really cool bars in there, and I'd love to go to any of these places whenever I'm in town. But for now, I'm gonna really say Briggs Hoesje Brew in The Hague, because I'm originally from The Hague, and I'm sad to admit that I still haven't seen or been to this place. And I see really good stuff, and I hear a lot of good stuff about it. So I would love to go back to my hometown and visit the place when this is all over.
Alrighty, and then can you tell me about either the most funny or embarrassing moment you've had while working in hospitality?
This was a place where I used to work back in The Hague. It was a club, and I was just starting out as a bartender and really started to get into flair. And I made one of the first, I broke one of the first rules of flair bartending, and I was practicing a move that I wasn't really good at behind the bar, because it was a bit of a slow night over there. And long story short, I put the flair bottle through the glass of the fridge behind me on the back bar, And well, needless to say, that was the last bit of flair bartending that happened in that bar from that moment onward.
Okay, so is there anything you're really proud of that you'd like to share with me right now?
Well, I'm really proud of the team that I've been working with for the last 2 years that we created with the group. We have a really nice family feel amongst each other. So if anyone is sick, someone else will always come in and cover for them, even if it's just on a short notice. And we all have a lot of fun together during work, but also outside of work. And also very important, of course, we all know when to work hard and really do our best, and we also know when to have fun and joke around a little bit. So that's what I'm really proud of creating with the group.
Okay, so can you tell me 3 bartenders that you think we should reach out to for Bart's Academy?
Well, you can definitely go to Lennart Deddens from the Stockroom and Boilermaker, and then Ronnie Speksgaten for Bar Sank, and also Sue for Speakeasy Bar in The Hague. Some really good bartenders.